All right, Jeff Lambert here. No Mess Roofing and Gutters, roof rejuvenation. Save your roof, save your money. It's Friday, September 16th, end of the day. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go home to be with my wife and my cats. Relax for a little bit, get ready for tomorrow's sales. We had some pop-up storms roll in. It's nice and sunny right now. What happens with pop-up storms is your shingles, asphalt shingles, all types of roofs, but I concentrate more on asphalt shingles. They can go from like 130 degrees all the way down to 80 degrees. And then as soon as that storm rolls out and the sun comes back, it can go all the way back up. And that's really bad during the hottest times. Like right now it's starting to cool off, but it's still hot here in Texas. So what's going on with your shingles is they're interlocked like this, and then they're expanding and contracting and expanding. And if you don't have the asphalt oils in there, they're cracking, and then they're turning around and separating, and then the granulars are coming off, which is the protective layer. They start to get more and more brittle. Because your shingles that you have on your roof right now are not your grandfather's shingles. They just aren't. They have been lessened significantly of the asphalt that is put in shingles. And they're filled with more of a limestone. If you look at a shingle from years ago, let's say like they're this thick, now they're like this thin. I mean, it just like that. It's like, yeah. And so they don't last as long, as you guys already know. I mean, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. So, preventative maintenance is key to everything. It just is. With your car, with your skin, with anything and everything. You got to do preventative maintenance. Growing old's not for the weak, as people have said, and that is true. I'm 54, still young. But if you don't sit there and keep moving around and doing stuff, your body will just start to atrophy. And man, oh man, it can be a pain in the butt. Same thing with everything else. If you're not maintaining your truck, the inner components of the engine, if you're not maintaining your roof, then it is going to atrophy. That's just the way it is. So with asphalt shingles not having as much asphalt in them, breaking down a lot sooner, like in 10 to 15 years, if you're trying to get more life out of that, then you need to rejuvenate your shingles. You need to do a tune-up on your shingles. You need to make sure the black algae is off your shingles. You need to make sure all the bulk debris is not up on your roof, in your valleys. You need to make sure the trees are cut back from your roof, so critters aren't going up there and chewing and infesting all over the place. These are key things that you need to do that are fairly inexpensive. And no, really, they're very inexpensive. Not fairly, they're very inexpensive to do. That is why I got into this business and have been in and around this business for 28 years, as I make a great living doing inexpensive items that is really a no-brainer from the homeowner once they're thoroughly educated on it. And that's why I have reoccurring customers all the time. And I mean, I have a lot of customers that I do on a regular basis. Now that the rejuvenation industry has just started booming, it was time for me to get into it, because it was a great complementary service to add to what we already do, because it is a preventative measure. And we already kill on roof tune-ups. And a roof tune-up is going up on your roof and making sure all of your roofing accessory items are still secured and sealed, because 90% of the roof leaks that happen come from your roofing accessory items. Not necessarily from the shingles. It's from your roofing accessory items. They're either the sealant has deteriorated, it was never sealed in the first place, you have exposed nails, you have nails that are popping, you have critters that have gone up there and they're starting to pull the base plates up. There's a number of things, but it's, again, really inexpensive to correct. But it is something that you need to correct on the regular. meaning like every 3 years, after a significant storm, at least have someone get up there and look at it. And this is what we do for free on all of our paid services. All of our paid services, we offer a free roof inspection. Yeah, all transparency, roofing company, full service. And if there's something that needs to be addressed, we'd like to do it for you right there and then, give you a discounted price. If you don't want to, no worries. You got pictures, images, comments, indicators, little summary report, all text to you, so you can then take all that information, send it off to whoever you want, and it is legitimately free. But we do aggressively price it, and if you do ask us to come back at a later date, you'll get full price, still competitive. What's nice about it is all that information that we give to you for free, all the other roofing companies love it because they don't have to do any traveling. We've done all the legwork for them. That what they don't like is that they can't do it for the same price we can. We don't have the overhead that they have. That's just the fact of the matter. Most salespeople don't even want to deal with it because that's like pennies to them. They hardly get anything for that. So they don't want to work, or they don't want to spend any time with that. Now the people that are physically doing the work, they don't mind because they're probably getting an hourly wage or maybe a salary. But the salespeople, they don't want to mess around with that. So when you call into a roofing company, yeah, this is true. They're going to look at it and they're going to like, yeah, $750. Like, $750? Yeah. For this, and he goes, yeah, $750. And they're basically could be saying the exact same thing I was saying. Yeah, this needs to be correct. This needs to be corrected. And now they're charging you $750, where I was like, hey, we can do it same day, $375. Oh, you didn't want to get it done the same day because you want to do your due diligence and check around. Completely understand. Do that. But if you call us back, it's going to be $475. And that's not a sales tactic. It's just that if we're having to drive away and then come all the way back just to do that, then there's a cost that it's incurring to our company now to come out to your house to do something that we could have did that day. So you get regular price. That's the regular price, which is a discounted price. It's a first-time customer, same-day service discount. If you didn't get the same-day service, then it's $475, but you still got the first-time customer discount. It's a big deal because it truly is. And people that call us back for reoccurring customers, and we go back like a year or 2 years later, and they get our regular pricing, they're like, hey, the last time you did it, it was $500. How come it's $800 now? And it's like, well, that's our regular price. When we came out 2 years ago, you gave you a first-time customer discount, and we gave you same-day service discount. We can still give you same-day service discount, which is included in that price, but you're no longer a first-time customer. Plus, you waited 2 years to get this done, and it's even worse than it was the first time. And I'm just being funny. It's not necessarily the case, and it may not be that number either. So please don't look at that and go, oh, I'm not calling him. No, it depends on the service that you're talking about. But my point is the asphalt roofs need to be maintained, and so you need to do roof tune-ups. That's it. When you do roof tune-ups, and you notice that the person up there, like ourselves, notice that the shingles are depleted significantly of the asphalt oils, well, then we're going to suggest you do a rejuvenation treatment or a conditioning treatment on your shingles, like washing your hair. If you're sitting there coloring your hair all the time, eventually you're going to have to stop coloring it because it's going to really affect the integrity of the roots of your hair, and you're going to have to get a real nice deep conditioning in this and let it be for a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to fry your hair. Same thing with your truck. When you turn around, or your car, when you turn around and wash your car, you should do a nice wax to it, at least once a month. Not a wax wash, together, but separately. That's the right way of doing it. Same thing with your shingles. When you get new shingles, those shingles have the asphalt oils. Keep in mind, they're not the same as what they were years ago. Okay? So it's got already significantly less asphalt oils in it, but it's got asphalt oils. It's tacky, it's oily. When you're messing around with it, you get it all over your hands, and you put it up on your roof. It's looking good. It's expanding, contracting. Granules will shed quite a bit in the very beginning, but it's designed that way. But once it's settled in, you're not going to have those granules shedding as much. But then after about 6-7 years, if it's not been maintained and it's been beaten down, well, you're going to start to see more cracks, more shingles that become more brittle. It depends on the type of shingle, on the grade of the shingle, and the environment that you live in. But in my opinion, right at about 8 to 10 years is when you should start looking at a rejuvenation treatment. But we have gone out to people's homes where, you know, it's really bad and they're fairly new shingles. I think they're defective shingles, and I always refer them to the manufacturer. Go to them first, see what you can get from them. 5 of my customers have gotten 5 full, complete roof replacements, with 3 other roofing companies saying that they couldn't do nothing about it. Yep, the one was the one that did it. And I worked with them and they got it. And I got paid a little bit of money, but I didn't get paid money on all of them. But they all got the roof replaced by, I'm not going to go into the name of it. I can't do that. But they did. So I refer them to the manufacturer first if it's a fairly new roof and they already have black algae on it. And then if they're not able to do anything, then give me a call back and then we can rejuvenate it. Because the rejuvenation treatment will kill the black algae, and then over time, the rain will wash that completely off. So it'll make your roof look nice and clean. Best product on the market. Comes in a concentrated form that's delivered to us in a 260-gallon tote. And then we turn around and bring our machine, our van, my mobile office out to your home, and then we soft spray it on your roof. It'll take us a couple hours to do, depending on how big the house is, maybe 3 hours on a big house, because we do a lot of prep work. Like I said, free roof tune-up. I don't know if I did say that, but you get a free roof tune-up and the roof rejuvenation treatment, and then we got to let that set for a little bit, and while we're letting that set, we turn around and do the prep work around the perimeter of the house. So we're going to clean out the gutters, get everything nice and cleaned out. We're going to flush the downspouts. We're going to bag the downspouts or sock the downspouts is what I say. So if we do get any residual cleaner coming down, it's being captured by the gutter, which is then dispersing it into a concentrated point, and we want to control that and contain it, and then we'll disperse it off your property. That's the proper way of doing it. You won't find anyone doing that. We also bring our own water. Now, when we're rinsing stuff off, we are going to use your water, but we're not going to use very much. But my point is, when we're putting the product on your roof, it has a mixture of 70% water, 30% oil. Okay, that's how we mix it. It's always a ratio of 70-30, just to let you know, because it comes concentrate. You can't put pure concentrate on it. It will damage the shingles. It's got to be 70-30. So we'll always batch 100 gallons, because we typically batch 100 gallons even though we only use 30 or 40 gallons, because we want to have stuff left over if a customer comes out and wants to get their roof. Go for the impulse buy, knock it out while we're there, and give the customer that we just did maybe some discount or kickback because he was talking to his neighbor. And it's not a kickback, it's a referral, but I just used the term kickback. But yeah, we do that, and we put it in all our literature. We'll give you a $200 referral fee if we get the job, and once it's completed, we'll go right to your house. Doesn't matter if you're 30 miles away, and drop off the cash to you. And we'll call you and ask you if it's okay if we send the check. But that's our goal, is to give you the cash. And we've had several customers do that. Give us 5 one time. Yeah, so that was cool. When we come there, that water, 70 gallons, is already in our container. Now, I can understand why people don't want to drive around with all that, because it's heavy. Like that 260-gallon tote, we don't drive around with 260 gallons of stuff in there. No, our main source of our product is back at our shop, and then we have a separate container that we can put the leftover product into, and then we have another container at the shop that we then store that stuff in there, and then we have what is called a pulse air mixer that continues to mix that product for us. It's just air. It's just poop, poop, poop. It's pretty cool. Look it up on YouTube. It's called Pulse Air Mixer, I think. Pulse Air Tote Mixer, I think is what it's called. That's 70 gallons of water is basically what I'm saying, and we bring our own water. So what we also do is, when we get to your home, if you're there, and a lot of times for the rejuvenation treatments, people are home. And if they're not, I still take little pictures and videos. We'll ask the customer to come out if they got some time so we can show them, saying this is what we're going to do. This is our soft wash machine. It's a King sprayer, and it's not a high pressure. It's very low pressure, and we'll get up there and we're going to just mist it. And someone will say, yeah, I saw the videos. And I say, okay, very good. So this right here is the actual product that we're going to be putting up. This is the concentrated form. We already have 70 gallons of water in there, so we're going to put 30 gallons of oil in there, so we have 100 gallons completely. Then once we do that, well then, and sometimes while I'm talking, I'm actually pouring it in there. And I said, once we do that, we're going to turn the machine on. You're going to hear it circulating, but you won't see the guys doing anything. What I'm doing is I'm actually circulating the product because it was the oil and water. So we want to keep that circulated. And then once the guys get everything prepped and ready to go, everything's good to go for the product to be applied to the roof. And then we turn around and start applying it to the roof. Now that product is still being circulated in the machine as it's being sprayed. You cannot not circulate the product because it will separate and you will get a very streaky pattern of spray up there. Never happened to us because we have a King sprayer. We have a sprayer, expensive, that constantly is always circulating the product. And that's why I got it. So after we're done doing that, we then rinse out the gutters. You know, we let it set because it sets very quickly. And then we turn around and we rinse the gutters. Because even though it's a soybean oil and it really doesn't have that strong of a smell to it, it still has somewhat of a pungent smell. So with people that have Gutter Max or Leaf Guard or any reverse curve products, if they have micro mesh on their gutters, anything at all, that needs to be cleaned. And if the people aren't doing that, then they're not doing you a good service. So after we're done doing the rejuvenation treatment on your shingles, the free roof tune-up, the rejuvenation treatment, took pictures of everything, we're now cleaning up. We're rinsing out the gutters if there are gutters. We're just basically saturating some of the trees and stuff for any residual chemical or overspray that went on there. We make sure everything is washed off, just like we would do when we're cleaning the gutters. But now the gutter socks are capturing all that. And we're not having to use a lot of water either because we've already cleaned out the system. The system is actually probably bone dry and it's just got a little bit of chemical in there that we're just pushing. We actually use a little handheld, a little blower that you would use in a shop, not a big one. And then we blow that out, get it out of the downspout, tie it off, put it in a bag, and that gets sent to our shop and we dispose of it correctly. And that's the best way. Capture, contain, control, rejuvenate, save your customers money. No mess guaranteed. That is us. That's what we do. We use the greener shingle product. It's the best product on the market. I can say that not just because I'm biased to it, but because I've actually seen it. I have my competitors out here, and this is an area that I have lived for 28 years. And I know a lot of different people, and we all talk. We all buy from the same suppliers, roofers and gutters. Some of us have worked together before. Some of us have started other businesses. Some of us are out of the business, and we just all still communicate. So when things are going on, we'll still talk, even if you work for a competitor or you own a competitor's. Now, we don't sit there and give each other's all of our secrets and stuff or anything like that, but we will talk. And if a manufacturer is doing some shady stuff, we all know about it. If a lead provider is doing some shady stuff, we all know about it. And that goes the same for a company that is providing products and doing their people wrong. We all know about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's not something that is that's not talked about. So if your product comes in a milky color, it is cut. That's what it is. If it comes in a concentrated form and looks like oil, soybean oil, or vegetable oil. I like to use the word vegetable oil because everybody understands what that color looks like. Some people may not understand what soybean oil looks like, but it is identical, okay? If it comes like that, you got the right product, okay? If you turn around and you got the milky white, which is the way it should look when it's being sprayed on your roof, because you've already mixed it, you batched it with water, well then you've got a cut product. And then you're going to further cut it, and then the homeowner's not getting what they're supposed to. And like I said, if you're going to be in business for another 5-6 years, in that time, if something happens and they get up on the roof and someone points it out to them, well then you're going to be on the hook for it. That's the truth. And that has happened to one of our competitors, because I personally went up on the roof because it was one of my customers. I went up there to clean the gutters. I didn't go up there personally, but Pablo and them, actually Sergio went up there to clean the gutters. He found some rotten decking. They didn't do a roof tune-up. I'm pretty certain that decking was there because it was only a year ago that they did the spray, and the decking was rotten significantly. We did the repair. So when we were ripping off those shingles, they were hard, man. They were not pliable. They were not tacky. They were still hard. And so we put those shingles to the side and told the homeowner. The homeowner then, after we turned around and did the roof repair, called the company up, and they came back out and resprayed it. We're going back out there again, I think in 6 months, to do another cleaning, because that's what we do, reoccurring customer, and we'll check it again. It's not our point to nitpick or check competitors' work, but we provide a service, which is a free roof inspection on all of our paid services, and we are going to tell you what exactly is going on, just like we would expect anyone else to do for us if that's what they're doing. Be ethical, you know. Number one, be accountable. Number two, be ethical and not try to put someone down, but you got to be brutally honest sometimes. Someone told me, hey, you shouldn't be putting down your competitor. I'm like, I'm not putting down my competitor. I'm being brutally honest, saying, hey, this is what's happening. I'm stating a fact. That's not putting someone down. That's stating a fact if it's true. I guess it's in the way that you do it. And when he said that to me, it was in a comment. When he said that in the comment to me, I really looked back at it, watched the video, and I go, okay, I agree with what he's saying. But I wasn't putting him down. It wasn't him. He was just saying in general. I think I overstepped my bounds, maybe, in his opinion. I don't know. But I thought that, okay, I'll take that off of there. And that's what I did. But I think it's always smart, because that's your customer, to be completely upfront with them. Even if that's your best friend over there that did the work. I mean, that's just the truth. That's just how I am. And I think that that's the correct way to be. Sometimes you come into situations where, you just don't want to be put in that you're put in a spot to where, hey, you have certain ethics and you have certain responsibilities, and the other person over here just doesn't carry the same. And you could still be friendly with them and be nice, but they don't carry that. And then when it affects you, you gotta go, hey, I'm not trying to put you down. It's just, you have your way, I have my way. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. But you cross over to my lane, I'm gonna say foul when you do a foul. So don't get mad at me. Right? That's what I would think. I don't know. You tell me. Comment. Tell me what you think. But the competitors out there that we have, I like all of them, because it's bringing more awareness to the rejuvenation industry, the fountain of youth for shingles, because that's what it is. But you have to understand that these products are designed for aging roofs. That's what they're designed for. They're not designed for new roofs. Preventative maintenance is key, but using these products as preventative maintenance after 2 years is detrimental. And you don't turn around and have someone be a chemist on their own and start cutting it back even further and further and further, because you don't even know if you're getting what you're supposed to get. Your shingles are going to be good for at least, with the asphalt oils in there, at least 10 years. And for some reason, if it isn't, then it could be a defective shingle. That's just it. It could be. And we need to go a different route. Once we've exhausted that route, which is you getting brand new roof and you don't have to pay for it, or getting sections replaced, then we can start looking at what other things that we can do. But the rejuvenation treatment is not designed for new roofs. It's not designed for roofs that are 5 years and older. And if you're putting it on roofs 5 years or not 5 years or older, 5 years and younger, if you're putting it on there, you can be causing damage to that because your roofs can get mushy. You don't want your shingles to be mushy. You want them to be tacky, not mushy. You don't want them to be hard. there's a balance in there somewhere where they need to be pliable, and that's what a new shingle will be like. And then once it gets to about 8-10 years, it really starts to get depleted of the asphalt oils, and especially if you haven't done any type of maintenance to it. And if you have black algae on your roof and your roof washing, and you're using sodium hypochlorite, well, you need to make sure they're rinsing that stuff off, because that will deplete the asphalt oils. And it doesn't matter if the dwell time, let's say, is only 3 minutes. Okay, let's say the dwell time is only, I don't know, a minute and a half. If they put a hot mix, maybe the dwell time is only 30 seconds because it's a hot mix. It is damaging the shingle. So make sure you thoroughly rinse it off. And you really should only do that for shingles that, are newer. When the shingles are 15, 17 years old, if you even get that old, you don't do that. Don't even roof wash it. Just do a rejuvenation treatment. And in all honesty, that's all you really need to do, because the greener shingle product will turn around, smother the black algae, like I said, kill it, and then the rain will rinse it off. So, why spend the extra money for the roof wash? Especially from a company that's just a sprayer. They're not a roofer. Why have them on your roof? I can go on and on and on. It's 26 minutes. It's about 5:31. I need to get home. I really only want to make a 10-minute video. I know I always say that. But, roof rejuvenation is not going anywhere. And I tell you other roofers out there, you need to get into it. You're going to be left behind, because the price of roofing materials is going up. And thankfully, the insurance companies, I would say, honestly, it has to do with legislation. If I said that right, legislation. Some words that just I have trouble with, but that is legislation. That is working to incorporate that as a viable maintenance item for insurance policyholders. Yeah, so that's a good thing. To where a lot of companies, insurance companies, are saying, hey, you need to replace your roof or we're not going to insure you. And it's happening left and right, especially in Florida. And they're saying because your roof is 26 years, because your roof is 20 years and it's a 30-year shingle, because it's 26, you need to replace it. Or and they're not paying for it. They're just saying you need to replace it or we're not going to insure you. And there's a video, you can check it out. And a guy out there was very upset. Went all the way over to the claims, I guess went to the president of the claims department and got him to look a little bit further into the rejuvenation treatment of shingles, and wrote back to the guy because they did the testing and showed him that they got treated and it's pliable. And the guy goes, yeah, I think there's no reason why we can't continue to keep serving you on this roof, and maybe again on the next treatment. And so it got reversed, where if he didn't fight for himself, man, he was stuck. He's having to replace his roof that didn't need to be replaced. It's going to go in the landfill. It's going to stay there for 300 years. He's going to have to spend all this money. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So do your due diligence, do your research, become educated, let us solve your problems, and we want to make sure that you become a recurring customer, because maintenance is key. Allow us, No Mess Roofing and Gutters, Roof Rejuvenation, Save Your Roof, Save Your Money, to take care of your maintenance needs from top to bottom. We'll give you complete umbrella protection. All right, my name's Jeff Lambert here, No Mess Roofing and Gutters, Roof Rejuvenation, Save Your Roof, Save Your Money. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.